So this is my 5-inch gauge Velocipede. I built it about 5 years ago now, probably closer to 6 or 7 actually. It's been a long time. I thought I'd make a little video of running it today. This is its first run in several years as well. And we're down at the ESME track for their new 5-inch and 3.5-inch gauge circuit, which I have been running on, and you'll see footage of later. So I thought I'd take you for a little tour around the engine. So I made these little 1, 2, 3 type blocks because they gave me great abilities to prototype, and I was able to get the angle of this just right. This bell is off an old vintage bicycle I've got, and sadly it now has a very cheap little bell on it, but I thought this one was much better and is a bit like a trolley car. So then we've got the handbrake up here, which is just one of these machinist clamps. Clicks over on a cam, and it just has, it's very simple, this design. It just has a little peg there, it goes down and just pushes, click, like that, and it just pushes on a brake disc that's underneath. It's really only a parking brake. This engine is a fixed drive, so this chain goes down to a sprocket which is directly onto the wheels. There's no clutches and there's no gears, so it's a fixed speed, but it can go forwards and backwards. That was the decision I decided to take because it's more practical for a railway situation, and this is more of a leisure train anyway. You're not really going to be a HST with this, even though it does have the yellow front. I've came about because I had my old child's bicycle and my mother said we needed to throw it out. So I got the angle grinder and the welder out and started doing a bit of work myself to see if I could turn it into something else. I already had this 040 chassis, 5-inch gauge from an electric, and I got very fed up with batteries dying and everything, so I thought this was the perfect thing to do because I really like cycling and I like trains. So the seat is an IKEA seat that I just bought, and it had 4 mounting screws at the bottom. So I've just screwed it directly on, and then you've got some original parts like the reflector from the bike, and you've also got the Rally logo, which I thought would be a nice touch to put on the front. You've got the rear reflector on the back, so this could go on the road if it wanted to. Not sure how though, and a coupling bar at the bottom which does work, and I have pulled quite big loads with this because it's got a very low gearing. You've got this here, which is a counterweight because you have quite a lot of weight at the back of a 040 chassis. It's liable to tip, so this counters it. The parking brake we take off, and then as I say, it's just a direct linkage, so when I push it you'll see it go around. Let me get that in focus. So you'll see it go around as I push it, and again later on you'll see me actually driving this around the track. So if I put the handbrake on and flip her over, sprocket up here which comes through this spring tensioner, and it goes down through the chassis to that sprocket which is right down there, which I had to custom make off a bicycle because you couldn't buy one. And then it comes down to this monstrous chain underneath the engine. So that's how the underneath works. You have that sprocket that comes from the top and goes down onto the wheel. You can see the brake disc now that is underneath, and then you can see the big heavy chain, and this is just another spring tensioner with a Teflon strip on the top of it just to allow it to keep it off the track. So it is 4-wheel drive, it gives it great traction, and that's about it. She's a little beauty, and I love running her, and you'll see that from the videos later on. Thought you'd enjoy a bit more of a tour than I usually give. So there you go, and now we'll go to some shots of her running, and there'll be some stills at the end. Enjoy!